From stories around the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. A pleasant evening. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
A very good evening to you indeed. I am Shehar Herat. Now let's first have a look at the headlines for tonight.
A newly built wax museum affiliated to the Ancient Technological Museum in Polonnaruwa was declared open. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said the Terrorism Prevention Act will not be scrapped for any reason under his government. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa signed the social agreement to include the differently able communities for the national development process. Ingruwatte Sumangalathera continues to fast until presidential candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa confirms the citizenship. An alleged heroin dealer who attempted to flee has been shot dead by the police. 16 injured from a train accident in India. For those and other stories in detail on your top story. Today is the Il Poya Full Moon Day, on which a number of important events occurred in the annals of Buddhist history. The conclusion of the Kathina Robe month ends with the Il Poya Day. According to the history of Buddha Sasana, Lord Buddha commenced the first Dharmadutta mission on the Il Full Moon Poya Day. The Il Poya Day is also marked as the day that the Maitri Buddha received the ascertaining blessings to attain Buddhahood in future, and Lord Buddha set forth on his journey to Uruvel region to meet the three Jatila brothers. Il Poya Day is regarded as the day the Parivana of Sariyut and Rahat occurred, with the Kathina religious ceremonies coming to close in the Il Poya Day. The Sadharma Varsha religious program organized by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation was conducted and transmitted from Sri Nagarukarama Historic Raja Mahavihara in Vevalduva, Kalaniya. Chief Incumbent Venerable Moravaka Soratathera conducted the seal program for the devotees. The program included Buddha Puja, Buddhist religious rites, Dharma Sarathi religious discourses. The 56th Sadham Yatra program was conducted under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena at the President's residence in Colombo Fort. Dhamma was conducted by Honorable Shastravedi Venerable Alutgama Jnanasara Thera. The Thera said that the Mahasangha has blessed and commended the benevolent act of the President to eradicate society from the drug menace in the country to safeguard the future generations. Venerable Alutgama Panya Sarathera said that Mahasangha blessed and commends the commitment, attempt and sacrifice of the President to eradicate society from the drug menace in the country. He also praised the President for the measures taken to ensure the protection of the Tripitaka in the most rightful manner, which is the commendable service towards Buddha Sasana. He also commended the steps taken by the President to save the patients with renal diseases through necessary medical services.
And now the newly built Wax Museum affiliated to the Ancient Technological Museum in Polonnaruwa was declared open today. The ceremony was held under the patronage of the President Maithripala Sirisena. And now the aim of the project is to provide necessary understanding of ancient technology belonging to the human world to the present generations using state-of-the-art technology. Another aim of the project is to preserve artifacts belonging to the ancient local technology for future generations. The statues of state leaders since independence have also been kept at the museum. Measures have been taken to transfer mementos and other souvenirs received by the President during his tenure to the museum as well. The chamber established in the Technological Museum with the artifacts also declared open by the President today. The official transferring of the land deed to the Polonnaruwa Technological Museum to the Department of Museums was carried out by President and Director General of the Department of Museums, Sanuja Kasturi Arachi, during the occasion.
Venerable Dr. Ingruwatte Sumangalathera has continued the fasting for the third day. The Thera said that a considerable response yet to be received over the citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Venerable Dr. Ingruwatte Sumangalathera launched the hunger strike on last Sunday. The Thera commenced the strike requesting for an acceptable document proving the renunciation of the citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමාගේ පුරවැසි
Venerable
භාවය
Dr. Nguruwate
පිළිබඳව
Sumangalatira said that they questioned regarding the citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. However, he said that they have not received any response determining whether Gotabaya Rajapaksa is US or Sri Lankan citizen. He said that if Gotabaya Rajapaksa is a clean person, then he challenged Gotabaya Rajapaksa to present the renunciation documents to him by coming forward or through the US Embassy. He said that he has not even taken a drop of water since this morning and awaits for a proper response. He said that he will sacrifice his life if his demands are not met, and Gotabaya Rajapaksa should be held responsible for such occurrence.
තමන් ඇමරිකානු පුරවැසියෙක් නෙවෙයි මම ඇමරිකාවේ පුරවැසිභාවය අහෝසි කරගත්තයි කියන කාරණේට අදාළ ලියකියවිලි හෝ එහෙම නැත්නම් ඌ ලංකාවේ සැබෑ පුරවැසියෙක් කියන කාරණේ හෝ අපිට ඉදිරිපත් කළ යුතුයි. කෙසේ නමුත් මම අද දැඩි තීරණයකට බැස්සා අද උදේ ඉඳලා වතුර පොදක්වත් පානය කරන්නේ නැහැ. මෙතන එතුමා තමන්ගේ සත්‍ය ප්‍රකාශන කළොත් මේ ස්ථානයේහි මගේ ජීවිතේ මම පූජා කරන්න සූදානම් වෙලා තමයි මේ තීරණයට බැස්සේ. සමස්ත ලාංකික ජනතාවට මගේ ජීවිතේ පූජා කරනවා. ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මේ කාරණයට සම්පූර්ණයෙන් වගකී යුතුව තිබෙනවා.
Meanwhile, civil society activist Shamira Pereira visited the Independence Square premises to meet Sumangalatira. Civil society activist Shamira Pereira said that Gotabaya Rajapaksa has failed to produce any valid document confirming the renunciation of his citizenship. He said that the documents produced by President's Counsel Muhammad Ali Sabri, representing Gotabaya Rajapaksa, have certain controversies and differences. Therefore, he said that bringing such people to the presidency of the country is a grave concern to the nation. Presidential candidate of the New Democratic Front, Sajith Premadasa, says that the Terrorism Prevention Act will not be scrapped for any reasons under his government. He made these remarks while addressing a public rally held in Colombo yesterday. Presidential candidate of New Democratic Front, Sajith Premadasa, said that priority will be given for the national security of the country. He said that the Terrorism Prevention Act will not be scrapped for any reason. He said that he will continue to work for the benefit of the people unconditionally. He said that he will study each agreement signed by the country with other nations, and if any agreement consists of any harmful content, such content will be discussed with signatories and revoked accordingly. He said that the Premadasa family has not betrayed the country. He said that the respectable country will be created while prioritizing the unitary status and sovereignty of the nation without any discrimination.
ගෝනි බිලු බියක් ඒව ගැන බය වෙන්න එපා. ප්‍රේමදාසලා කවදාවත් රට පාවලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ මාතෘ භූමිය සංවර්ධනය කරලා ආරක්ෂා කරලා ශක්තිමත් කරලා අභිමානවත් තේජස්වන්ත මාතෘ භූමියක් ඒ රටමම නිර්මාණය කරනවා. කිසිම සැකයක් හිතේ තියාගන්න එපා. තමුන්නාන්සලාව අපි රැක ගන්නවා, ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. ජාති ආගම් කුණමල පන්ති පක්ෂ ભેදෙන් තොරව හංසයා දිනවන්න, සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස දිනවන්නට කැපවන්නේ කියමින්
Another public rally to ensure the victory of presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa was held in Kandaruwela, Polonnaruwa today. A massive crowd was present on this occasion. A warm welcome was extended to the presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa upon his arrival to the rally. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the charges will be lessened by using fiber optic cables. He said that the necessary data requirement will be provided for the students in universities, IT training and receiving higher education in the concessionary manner. He said that if the people want a 6G digital future, then cast the vote for Swan symbol and elect Sajith Premadasa as the president. Continue on this journey together.
අංශයලංගෙන් කතරේ ගහලා සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස ජනාධිපති කළා අපි මේ ගමන ආරම්භ කරමු කියලා මම කියන්න කැමතියි.
A public rally to ensure the victory of presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa was also held at public ground in Anuradha Pradesh, Delhi.
මිනිසුන් අතරේ නිදහස් යුගයක සැනසුම පැතිරේ මගේ රට ආයෙත් අවදි වුණා එක්ව ඉදිරියට යන මඟ හැදුනා.
A massive crowd was present for the public rally organized at the Kuliapitiya bus stand.
මන් තමුන්නාසලට කියන්න කැමති මම ඇමරිකාවෙන් ආනයනය කරපු භාණ්ඩයක් නෙවෙයි මම ඔරිජිනල්ම ශ්‍රී ලංකන් ඔරිජිනල් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ඒ කෙසේ වෙතත් ඔය පුරවැසි භාවයේ අර භාවයේ මේ භාවයේ මට නම් වැඩක් නැහැ ඒ මොකද 16 වෙනිදාට අපි වාර්තාගත ජයග්‍රහණයක් මුළු රටෙන්ම ගන්නවා මේ දින කීපය ඇතුළත අනිවාර්යෙන්ම මේ රටේ ජනතාව පොදු ජනාධිපතිවරයා හැටියට රණසිංහ ප්‍රේමදාසගේ පුතාව පත් කරනවා කියන එක මම ආඩම්බරෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවේ කියනවා.
And now the protest launched by the inmates of the Valikada prison demanding their release, similar to the release of the convict of the Royal Park murder, continued today. The inmates are engaged in a protest on the rooftop of the Valikada prison. Two young inmates who have been sentenced to death have also engaged in the protest. Meanwhile, Presidential Media Division stated that presidential pardon has been granted to the convict who has been subject to life imprisonment over the Rajgiriya Royal Park murder after considering the request of several relevant parties. According to the communique issued by the Presidential Media Division, Venerable Athuraliya Ratanathera has placed a key role in coordinating the presidential pardon for the convict. In addition, several bhikkhus, including Venerable Baddegama Samitathera, Venerable Dr. Kera Devala Thera, the Catholic Bishop of the Southern Province, Reverend Raymond Wickramasinghe, have also appealed to the President to grant clemency to the young person. The President has also enlightened the relevant youth on by several attorneys at law and former Supreme Court Judge Rohini Marasinghe. The Bishop of Galle, Most Reverend Raymond Wickramasinghe, issuing an urgent clarification, stated that he made no such request or an appeal to the President or any judiciary regarding Jude Shamantha Anthony. The statement further stated that the bishop had not done any study in the case and the convict is not personally known to him. However, the statement further indicated that Mahasangha and civil society activists requested him to make a written request to the President, urging him that the rehabilitation and proper education in a better environment be made available for youth detainees. The Bishop of Galle has expressed his strongest displeasure over the undue exaggeration of the common request at this time. He, in this statement, has stated that he hopes the authorities will issue a new press release assuming responsibility for the inconvenience and blemish caused and issue a clarification immediately. Meanwhile, the National People's Power, issuing a statement, stated that the presidential pardon granted to the convicts of murder is a strong offence against the judicial authority. The statement further read that the movement denounces this act as unjust and illegal. The National People's Power in the statement has requested the President to reconsider and take measures to revoke the decision by listening to the appeals of the civil society organizations, and he has further requested the Attorney General's Department and the Bar Association to mediate on this regard.
Presidential candidate of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that a separate university will be built centering Hatton with the aim to uplift the education of estate communities. He made these remarks while speaking at a public rally held in Kotagala area in Hatton. Presidential candidate of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Gotabaya Rajapaksa said that massive investments will be made to improve the education sector. He said that a university will be established in this area for the benefit of the children of the estate communities. He said that the salaries of the estate workers will be increased. He said that all necessary measures will be taken to improve the tea industry in the country. He also pledged to provide better housing facilities for the estate community.
Ayram Rubai Sambalam Tariren Api Aniwarenma එක සිද්ධ කරනවා ඒ කර්මාන්තේ දියුණු කරගන්නට අවශ්‍ය ඒ රාජ්‍ය අනුග්‍රහය තමුන්නාන්සලාට ලබා දෙනවායි කියන එකත් මම ප්‍රකාශ කරන්නට ඕන. අපි අද තමුන්නාන්සලාට පොරොන්දු වෙනවා හොඳ ගෙවල් අපි හදලා දෙනවායි කියන එක. එන්රුම් නාන් උන්ගලුට්ටන් එන්රුම් නාන් උන්ගලුට්ටන්.
Another public rally to ensure the victory of presidential candidate of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna Gotabaya Rajapaksa was held in Kandy last evening. Addressing the gathering, he said that a massive investment will be made to the education sector in the first year of his tenure. He said that all students who pass their advanced level examination will receive university entrance. He said that new universities will be established for the increasing quantity of students. He said that the number of teachers and other academic staff will be increased and the curriculum will also be changed for the betterment of the students. He said that the graduates will be equipped with necessary technological knowledge to be directly involved with the economy while providing the opportunity to receive sufficient wages. He said that he has fulfilled all the duties bestowed upon him thus far.
කලා අංශයෙන් විශේෂයෙන්ම අධ්‍යාපනය ලබන ශිෂ්‍යයන්ට.
And now a public rally of the National People's Power movement was held in Panadura yesterday. It was held under the patronage of the presidential candidate Anura Kumara Disanayaka. Presidential candidate of the National People's Power Anura Kumara Disanayaka stated that the terrorist attack was carried out on the 21st of April. However, he stated that the violent attacks targeting Muslim community began on May 13th. He stated that such attacks are pre-planned and coordinated attacks. He reminded how 2 television channels broadcasted news on those 21 days. He stated that news provoked the people in inciting violence over the Muslim community. He also stated that those 2 channels promote Gotabaya Rajapaksa now. He stated that a fear was created in the country with the case of Dr. Shafi. He also stated that these parties have taken measures to create fear among the Sinhalese community through the Muslim community in order to ensure their votes for the election. He also stated that Mahinda Rajapaksa visited the north with the support of the Elam sympathizer Vardaraja Perumal.
Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa says that a special presidential task force will be established on behalf of art, cinema and culture. The legal base will be given to the policy on arts through parliamentary provisions. He made these remarks while taking part in a ceremony held in Colombo yesterday to present the Charter on Performing Arts and Culture. The ceremony was held under the theme of presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa's mission for the field of arts and artists. Many performances were showcased during the ceremony. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that a legal base will be established for the policy on arts through parliamentary provisions. He said that a sense of independence will be facilitated for the field of arts. He said that a special presidential task force will be established on behalf of art, cinema and culture, and relevant institutions will be brought under the task force.
ඒ බලකාය යටතේ කලා සංස්කෘතික සිනමා ශේෂ්ත්‍රයට අදාළ සියලුම ආයතනයේ ජනාධිපති කාර්ය සාධක බලකාය යටතට ගෙනවිල්ලා ඔබතුමන්ලාගේ යෝජනා වලින් පෝෂණය වුණු මේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති මාලාව අපි අකුරටම ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
And now presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa extended his best wishes to veteran singer Latha Walpola on her birthday. He visited the residence of veteran singer Latha Walpola to convey the best wishes this morning. She has rendered an invaluable service for the field of singing in the last couple of decades. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa engaged in a cordial conversation with the family members of Latha Walpola. He played the piano while singing songs with them.
Commonwealth Observer Group, deployed to observe the presidential election in Sri Lanka, has called on all stakeholders to demonstrate commitment to a peaceful, transparent, credible and inclusive poll. The Commonwealth Observer Group, whose members are drawn from various Commonwealth regions with backgrounds ranging from political, electoral, civil society and human rights as well as legal fields, was invited by the Sri Lankan Election Commission to observe the presidential election process. The COG will receive briefings from relevant stakeholders including election management officials, representatives of political parties, civil society groups, the police, members of the International Committee and citizen and international observers. In a statement, Chair of COG Prosper Barney said that a group's mandate is to observe and evaluate the pre-election environment polling day as well as the post-election period. On Thursday, observers will deploy to various provinces across the country to observe preparations ahead of polling day. Subsequently, they will observe the opening of polls, voting, counting and the management of results. From the COG will issue an interim statement of its preliminary findings shortly after November 16th. The final report will be submitted to the Secretary General and made available to the public afterwards. 5 suspects, including a Pradesha Sabha councillor of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, were taken into police custody today over an alleged assault on a Ridhi Mali at the Pradesha Sabha councillor. The Mahiyangana police made the arrest. The victim of the alleged assault is a United National Party Pradesha Sabha councillor, Rasika Delrukshi Disanaika. A group of people who were returning from a public rally of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna in Badula has carried out the assault against the victim. The suspected group of people has allegedly created a commotion near the store of Pradesha Sabha councillor and has brutally assaulted her when she was with her child. Meanwhile, an unknown group of people has destroyed cutouts and banners of the Habarakadawat United National Party office in Homagama earlier today. Athuragiriya police is conducting the investigations.
And now the chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, says that any document related to the renunciation of citizenship of Gotabaya Rajapaksa is not in the possession of the Commission. He made these remarks during an interview with BBC Sandeshya. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, stated that the attention of the Election Commission was paid to the relevant reasons cited over the rejection of the nominations. He stated that the Commission has not requested regarding the citizenship from the candidates. He stated that they have not even requested for a copy of the NIC during the handing over of the nominations. He stated that he has not even checked into the files of the candidates. Therefore, he stated that they have no reason to say that they have documents to support any claim.
Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa signed the social agreement today to include the differently abled communities for the national development process. The agreement includes ensuring the rights of 1.8 million differently abled population and providing necessary facilities for their convenience. The ceremony to sign the agreement was held in Colombo under the supervision of Minister Mano Ganeshan. While addressing the gathering, presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that the differently abled community, which comprises 8% of the total populace, will receive a necessary education and vocational training in order to include them in the national development process in the country. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that a special program will be initiated for the differently abled community. He added that a special advisor to the president will be appointed for the program. He said that a national coordination mechanism will also be initiated within a week after the victory. He also said that a legal framework will be drafted to include interpreters in all programs of the television channels for the benefit of the differently abled community. The presidential candidate also said that measures will be taken to bring in legal provisions necessary for white cane. He said that measures will be taken to introduce a permanent representation from the community to the district and zonal coordination committees. He said that the year 2020 will be declared as the year to supply relief for differently abled people. He said that a presidential task force will be established under his guidance on this regard. He said that he is committed to initiating all legal provisions mentioned in the agreement for the betterment of the community. Presidential candidate of National People's Movement, General Mahesh Senanayake, said that the nation should take a wise decision on coming 16th for the betterment of the country. He said that as a citizen of the country, he will continue to commit in fulfilling his responsibilities and duties of the country. Presidential candidate of National People's Movement, General Mahesh Senanayake, said that he contested for the election as a visionary and experienced the candidate with the need to develop the country for the next generation and take the country forward than his counterparts. He said that he will give the leadership to uplift the country driven by ethics and policies. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa says that the time has come to deeply consider whether to protect the secured freedom or to walk back into a fearful era once again. He said that the freedom of media will be further secured under his government. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa made these remarks during a meeting held with journalists at Water's Edge premises in Colombo. Presidential candidate Sajith Premadasa said that the present journalists have a responsibility in further securing the freedom of media considering the previous injustices occurred during the previous regime. He said that the journalists should consider whether they wish to walk back into a fearful era in which many physical and emotional harassment and life threats were made against journalists. He said that the quality and the skills in the field of mass media can be further improved through an international centre.
එසේ නොමැතිව මාධ්‍යවේදී තුමන්ලාට කිරිහැර කරමින් හිංසාවට පීඩනයට අසහනයට ලක් කරමින් ශාරීරික හානි ඒ වගේම ජීවිත අහිමි කිරීම වැනි එවන් යුගයකට ආතබනවද නැද්ද කියන එක මාධ්‍යවේදී තුමන්ලා සියලුම දෙනා සිටිය යුතු කාරණාවක්. අපි යන්න ඕන එක පුද්ගලයෙක් තනි පාලනයක් තුලින් මුළු මාධ්‍ය ශාස්ත්‍රයම ග්‍රහණයට ලක් කරලා ප්‍රවෘත්ති සිරස් කළ මන්දිර වලින් තීන්දුව తీරන ගත්ත යුගයට ආපහු යනවද නැද්ද කියන එක ඔබතුමන්ලා තීන්දුව කරන්නට ඕන.
ඒක නිසා තමයි අපි කියන්නේ මේක නොනිමි විප්ලවයක්. මෙවැනි
And now an alleged heroin dealer who attempted to flee has been shot dead by the police. Police stated that they killed the suspect, or rather the killed suspect was found guilty for 4 cases related to heroin before the High Court. The suspect was arrested in Galle yesterday with 33 grams and 600 milligrams of heroin in his possession. He stated that the Galle Anti-Narcotics Bureau officer carried out the raid. The 37-year-old suspect is a resident of Jambugaswata in Poddala. He stated that he had attempted to flee before he was produced before courts. This noon, the police had opened fire at the moment, and the police headquarters stated that the suspect succumbed to the injuries after being admitted to the hospital. Ambalangoda police have taken 2 suspects into custody for carrying out a heroin distribution ring in the southern province. 140 grams of heroin, 2 vehicles and other equipment are also taken into custody. They are residents of Hikkadua area. Measures were taken to produce the suspects before the Balapitiya Magistrates Court. And now with that, we conclude tonight's news live on channel. Do join us tomorrow at the very same time.
Good night.